Hello guys, this is Saksham Jain and I welcome you all to the Future Camp. So in this video, we will be learning very briefly that what is artificial neural network, how did we get the name artificial neural network, what is feed forward artificial neural network, and how is feed forward ANN or artificial neural network different from a regular artificial neural network. So all these things will be covered in this brief video. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So neural network word has been derived from neurons. So you must be knowing that neurons are also called our brain cells, and these brain cells or neurons extend throughout our whole of the nervous system. All these neural networks are connected to each other and they communicate with the help of electrical impulses or signals. So we know that our brain is made up of neurons. We also understand the working of these neurons. How do these neurons work? So what the scientists tried to do is they tried to replicate these neurons. They tried to replicate the working of these neurons. And since we have replicated, or I can say simulated, this neural network, this network of neurons artificially, hence we got the name artificial neural networks. Now let's talk about feed-forward artificial neural network. So feed-forward ANN is a part of artificial neural network. So in the later stages, when you will be learning about other kinds of neural networks and many other complex neural networks, when you will later on learn about CNNs, RNNs, and every other neural network, whatever you learn there, your base is going to be of artificial neural network, and especially of feed-forward artificial neural network. So if you don't have this base, if you don't know the concepts of ANN, you won't be able to understand the concepts of CNN and other neural networks. In logistic regression, we feed the input to our neuron. You must be knowing that in logistic regression, we feed our input to our neuron and we get our output. So here, this is the working of our logistic regression. The inputs goes to this head and we will get a prediction from this. So now let us suppose that I insert one more neuron. Now both these neurons, this is first neuron, this is second neuron. This is one neuron, this thing is one neuron. Now this is the second neuron. Now all these neurons get the same input, but they search, or I can say they compute different outputs. So this neuron might be looking for some different features, or can be computing some different values, and this neuron will be looking for some other features and might be computing some other value. Now let us suppose I insert one more neuron here, and so on. I am able to connect a network of neurons. Now, since there are many neurons, or I can say many logistic regression neurons, so I can say that this is similar to simply multi-class logistic regression. Here, the work of each neuron is to compute a different feature, or to compute a different output, or we can say that to look for different features. And here you can see that I am feeding some input and I will be receiving some output from the right hand side. I will be feeding input from the left hand side, and I will be receiving output from the right hand side. Since this is going towards this direction, forward direction, I feed the input from the left and I receive the output in the right. So hence I got the name as feed forward neural network. In feed forward neural networks, there is no looping between the neurons. You know that in brain, all the neurons are connected to each other in form of loops, in forward direction, backward direction, every direction they are connected to each other. So, but in feed-forward neural network, they are connected in only one direction, that is forward, from left to right. Here you can see that all the neurons are connected to each other. They are forming kinds of loops. They're forming loops in the nodes. So, feed-forward neural network won't look like this. It will somewhat look like this. So this is a perfect example of feed-forward neural network. Here I feed the input from the left-hand side and I will receive the output from the right-hand side. So this is the difference between artificial neural network and feed-forward neural network. In artificial neural network, what I do is I have tried to simulate the working of a brain. Feed-forward neural network is a part of artificial neural network that goes from where the neurons go from left direction to the right, that is in the forward direction. So that is the difference between feed-forward neural network and artificial neural network. So that was all for today, guys. I know that this video was very brief, but believe me, in the upcoming videos, we will be covering each and every part of artificial neural network, that is forward propagation, loss functions, optimizers, back propagation, hyperparameter tuning, and many other things. We will be covering each and every topic in a much detailed way. So let us meet in the next video. In the next video, we will be discussing our learning path, our roadmap for artificial neural networks, particularly feed forward ANNs. So let us meet in the next video. Until then, bye bye.